Hello, everybody. Welcome to week 8. So this week our content focuses on the history of the American West with a focus again on Native American history in particular. Um, the tasks for this week are as follows. One, you should start by watching the online lecture on the Indian boarding schools. Then you should read the article, When Strangers Met, Sex and Gender on Three Frontiers by Albert Hurtado. Um, and I can't emphasize enough how important this reading is. So you'll need it on your midterm, especially if you're writing your essay in response to the essay question about Native Americans, about the effects of colonialism on Native American women. I'll just say it's the single most important reading for that essay. So then you can participate in the optional class chat on Tuesday, October 13th from 10:30 a.m. to 12 p.m. During that class chat, we'll focus entirely on the doing a review for the midterm, and I'll make sure to that you have time to talk to each other and during the class chat. So I'll put you in small groups for part of the time. So this will help you on the midterm, but it will, if you participate, you can also get extra credit. So then participate in the optional discussion forum this Thursday at 11:59 p.m. in which is about the lecture and the required reading this week. Note that I said optional. I've decided to lighten your workload a little bit this week because of the fact that you need to be working on your midterm. So then I created a midterm review discussion forum for you to discuss the midterm with each other, like how you think you'll answer the essay questions, if you have questions about any of the terms on the midterm study guide, etc. So please take advantage of it. You could also ask in that discussion forum if people are interested in holding a study session over Zoom. You don't have to do everything in a discussion forum. Okay, and then take the midterm exam by Sunday. That's Sunday, October, 18th? I think that's right. Should double check. Sunday, October 18th by 11:59 p.m. And if you haven't already, please fill out the anonymous survey to provide me with feedback about the class. I really value your feedback. I think that being a professor is always a work in progress, and there are always ways that I can improve, and I need to hear from you to really know how to improve. Okay, so don't forget about Beacon Tutoring. Your Beacon tutor, Paula, is there to help you with your midterm. Her sessions are from 7 to 8 p.m. on Wednesday and on Thursday from 3 to 4 p.m. And the Zoom links are in this week's and every week's module. Okay, so a few tips on the midterm. I'm also posting these tips as an announcement. But, tips on the midterm essay. You should, just like you did on the Kindred essay, revolve your essay around a thesis that clearly responds to the question. And I strongly recommend that you use the 3-part thesis statement to develop your thesis statement. And so your thesis statement should be broad enough to allow you to demonstrate a breadth of knowledge about the content in the first half of the class. So that's really key, right? You don't want to focus on one narrowly defined topic on your midterm essay. A midterm is very different from other kinds of essays, including the Kindred essay that you recently turned in, because you're demonstrating a breadth of knowledge. So answer all parts of the essay question. Bring in concrete evidence to support your points, examples, statistics, etc. When I say concrete evidence, I don't just mean quotes from the reading. I mean very specific examples. Like if you talk about the history of the Salem witch hunts, you might bring in an example of a person who was accused and executed on the charge of witchcraft. You could talk about like Sarah Good, right, for instance. Make sure your essay is well structured and clearly written with no typos. And of course, to receive a good grade, you must cite the readings and lectures using the MLA citation method, which includes in-text parenthetical citations and a works cited page. Remember that you need in-text parenthetical citations to all information that you get from the lectures and from the reading, not just quotes. So this is the essay portion of the exam. It's called a midterm essay, but you shouldn't write the essay as you would write an essay for an in-class exam. You should take the time you need to write a good essay. Lastly, with regard to the midterm, I can't emphasize this enough, but I'm testing you on what you've learned in this class so far. Please do not bring in outside websites or readings. You should only be citing the class lectures and the reading that I've assigned in this class. This is not a research assignment. You are proving to me that you've done all the reading and that you've watched all the lectures. Okay, as the final thing in this essay, what I'd like to do is recommend a couple of books to you. I'm going to make some changes to my women's history class, and I'm deciding which books to assign or what book chapters to assign in the future. And there's this book, How All Politics Became Reproductive Politics, From Welfare Reform to Foreclosure to Trump. It's by Laura Briggs. Came out a couple of years ago. It's really interesting, right? It's about the history of reproductive politics. So in this class, I have the one lecture about the history of reproductive politics, and then I do assign a reading to you later in the semester as well, but I'm considering putting more emphasis on the history of reproductive politics in this class. And then this book just came out. It's also by Laura Briggs. It's called Taking Children, A History of American Terror. Came out again this year. And I appreciate this book because it takes this history all the way to the present. And so it talks about, taking the children of refugees, of people who are, right? We know about family separation under the Trump administration. So that's the last chapter of this book, but it starts off with, the first chapter is called Taking Black Children. The second chapter is called Taking Native Children, and so on. So I'm seriously considering assigning this book as well in the future, in the spring, or if not the spring, the fall. So again, called Taking Children. Okay, that's it for this video.